Alright, so another update. Got a little bit more done today. Did the passenger door wiring and the door panel. I even redid these too. I found the right ones. This car had I painted the lower door jamb on the other side, and when we took the car and cut it to weld it, we took all these off, the pinch weld moldings for the doors, and my dumbass didn't put them in the right spot. So I was like, why is this longer? So I cut them. So luckily Julian, he got another set, and I decided to put them on. So it's now got the correct molding around it. Don't mind the rocker rust. So I did that to all the doors. They all have the right ones now. So I did this door as well. And then what I did today also is I took the radiator out, the condenser, the old one. I got the new one in, however, I'm pretty sure they sent me the wrong part. Maybe this is the condenser for dealer installed AC, because the high pressure port is at the same height as the low pressure port, which it's not supposed to be. As you can see here on the OEM one, the high pressure port is like 3 inches shorter. So I'm gonna have to take that to a buddy's house and have him weld it. Either weld both of these onto this one or shorten the high pressure line. I don't know what's easier at this point. But it's in the car, which sucks. I repaired the wiring too. When I got the front main harness, I didn't have one of these fans, so I just wired in a slim fan. So I cut the ends, but I left enough room because I knew that at some point I'd end up acquiring an OEM fan. So when I left enough space, and then I added wire to them, and I merged the high and low, and then had the ground separated. So I repaired those from the other harness. I trimmed them off because I realized that swapping out this harness, it's missing connectors and stuff. So I figured since the harness is already in the car, why take it out to repair another harness? It just doesn't make any sense. So I repaired it. It's good to go. It looks nice now. I need to figure out why the plug and stuff is different for the washer bottle. I don't ever plan to use the intercooler sprayer. I'm actually missing the sprayers anyways. So I might just cap off the bottle, or just cap off the ones, buy a new motor, and just wire it in. I'm thinking I might do that because motors are like $5, at the auto parts store. So I might just do that. And then that's it for the wiring. That's all I needed to fix. At this point, I'm ready to take the power steering pump off the belt, and do the timing belt. But I think I'm going to wait for help for that stuff. And I'm going to do everything else that I can. So I'm going to put I have a radium clutch stop. I'm going to put that on. And then I'll take the fenders off, side skirts, and do the front doors while I wait. This is back together up here too. I just need to put the bolts in for the reinforcement bar, and then put the cable back on for the hood latch, and that's it up front. I guess I could do the return tube myself, but I'll hold off on that because the jack. I need to buy a new jack next week. This was given to me by a friend. It works good in like situations where you don't need to be using it often, but if like you're using it often, it's such a pain because it gets hung up. There's like a weird spot in it, so just need to pick up a nicer jack. Other than that, I got to put together the rest of the interior. I made a quick video, but I'll just mention it in this one. I took the evaporator core out of the box, This is the one I got extra, so the other one's still in the car. But it was really dirty, and I couldn't get it clean enough. And I figured I'm replacing virtually everything. So like, it's the AC compressor was new when I put the engine in like 10 years ago. So I mean, like, it's new but not new because it hasn't been charged or anything. It just had oil in it basically. But I replaced all the O-rings. I replaced the receiver dryer. I replaced the condenser. Obviously, I have to modify that or whatever. And I'm replacing the expansion valve. I may as well spend the $60 and replace that. So a good note is that Mirage and Evo 4 through 6 evaporator is the same. It's not different at all. This will actually even fit, I think, the 4th generation Mirage, so which it'll fit the Evo 1 through 3 as well. My tip to anybody replacing that, though, is to pay attention to the pictures and make sure that they include the foam on the bottom side and the top, because you're definitely going to want that. I've seen a bunch of pictures of ones without it, and for sure they do not come with it, and if you don't do that, you'll get a bunch of air blow by, bypassing it. If you put it together, you'll get like whistling and all kinds of stuff. I did that in my MR2 and I had to take it all back apart and fix that. So just spend the extra couple dollars, because even if you bought the cheaper one, if you went and got foam from the store, like the foam one is not even going to be as good. And two, getting the thickness right might end up making it really hard to get back together. And then on top of that, you're going to spend like an extra $10, $15 on the stupid foam, and most of these are around the same price with or without the foam. So just make sure you get the one with the foam. I think that's all I can get to today. It's currently like, it's going on 9 o'clock. So I think I'm going to put in the driver's seat, get that bolted in, and then I'm going to take off my thermostat housing, I think. I'm not sure where I want to. So I have a multi-gauge unit that will go in the factory clock, and it's a digital display, and it will show like boost, EGTs, AFR, water temp, oil pressure, water pressure. You can do fuel pressure as well. It does fuel economy, instant, overall, max. It does warnings too. You can do like a custom set where if boost is at 20 psi and AFR is over 12.1, it'll flash and beep. There's some other stuff too, similar warnings that you can do on that thing. So it's pretty sweet, and it's very inexpensive. It was like I think it was $200 shipped to my door. I had one in my MR2, and it was great. It worked really well once you calibrate it. So how you calibrate it is you wire it all in. You do have to do all custom wiring to it. You can use whatever sensors you want. You can even tap into the OEM sensors, but it's not as accurate. Plus the sensors you can buy are not expensive. So anyways, to calibrate it, all you had to do was put in how many cylinders you had and then just kind of guess in a number. So what you do is you drive, you like reset your trip, drive like 100 miles, and then fill back up in gas. So obviously you got to fill up first and drive 100 miles. And then you calculate it out. You put it into the calculator on the little computer that's attached to the screen, and it will automatically calculate your injectors, like sizing and everything like that. I mean, technically they could have just made it easier to put the injector sizing in, but I think there's an extra calculation it does using the fuel economy method. So it's spot on. It was like within a quarter of a gallon with my MR2. So, but it's going to take place. I'm deciding still if I want to keep this boost gauge or not. It's really nice because it does match the cluster. But it's not really needed, and all my information will be displayed in the clock. So I haven't decided yet. But I need to figure out where the heck to put my coolant temp sensor. I don't know if you can put it up here if there's space or what. I might just buy an inline adapter. You know, people use those up here, but I hate adding extra hose clamps because, well, let's face it, More hose clamps equals more leaks. So, oh, we'll see. So, I haven't decided yet. That's probably what I'll just do because I don't feel like drilling into this. I'll end up waiting on that. So I'm just gonna get the seat in today, and then that completes what I got done today. Still got quite a bit more to go, but I'm plugging away. I'm trying to get like all of the easy stuff done so that like when my friends come over to help, we just do the timing belt, do the oil return tube, and then do the oil cooler. I might actually have to drive somewhere to do the oil cooler, but I managed to get a factory one, I said in the, another video, so that I can get the brackets. Obviously, they're probably going to have to get cut up anyway, but it's nice to have a starting point because I have a big, giant oil cooler to go on. This is the same exact one they used on the Evo build for Speed Academy. So I went with the same exact size. So it's going to go right over here in this corner. Because I plan to do a lot of stuff with this car that's going to beat the living hell out of it. So that's it for now. I'll see you guys again soon. I'm trying to work on this like every night that, I can. Some of the nights I'm working on the house because we're still doing a lot of stuff to it. So I'm trying to get this done as fast as possible. So I'll see you guys next one.